All right. Welcome once again, our dear viewer, to Budget Cafe Discussions, a platform which bridges the knowledge and awareness gap regarding the budget making space here in Kenya.
Paper reviewing the actual fiscal performance of the previous financial year, as well as updating the economic and financial forecast information as compared to the county fiscal strategy paper. Okay? And then this document falls within two stages, the formulation and evaluation stage. This is because it has a review of past performance, but also outlook for the coming year. So as we have also stated, the County Budget Review and Outlook paper is prepared in line with the Public Finance Management Act 2012, Section 118, and the Act requires that every county prepares a CBROP.
Hello, Violet.
Yes,
hello,
yes,
Violet.
yes.
Can I?
Yes, kindly go ahead and ask.
The by the 30th day of September of each year. Now, period, we already have a budget purpose for the pre is not used for the current financial period. We are using it to review the last financial period and forecasting period in implementation. Am I right? Yeah. So kind of there seems to be lack of clarity in between this current year. Is it not considered in the CBROP paper?
Okay, let me expound further. A financial year starts from 1st of July and ends on June 30th, isn't it? So, like you see, like right now, we are in April, May, June. Now we are in the fourth quarter of the financial year. So for next year's financial year, which is now 2021, 2022, 2022, already like they had already prepared, like the CBROP had already been prepared for that. The CFSP had already been prepared. Now, what we are waiting now is the program-based budget. For now, for now, the next financial year, which is 2021-2022. Okay. And then, as I had also stated before, I had stated that like the budget stages, they are concurrent in nature. So when one activity is happening at this time, there's something else that is happening at that particular time. So you can even see, like right now, discussion is being made with regard to the program-based budget, which is happening now. But at the same time, that like this April, but at the same time, you find that there's also discussion on the quarterly implementation reports. Okay, but now when it comes now to the CBROP, now the CBROP now it's a document that we start discussing it that September 30th. Okay, so you find, like you see, like right now, the next financial year is going to start in 1st July. So when it starts in 1st July, we will now start discussing a budget document, okay, for the financial year 2020, because the current financial year is 2020-2021. So in September, already they would have started discussions. The budget circular would have been released by August 30th. And then now the discussions on the ADP for the financial year 2020, for the financial year 2022-2023. So you will find that after they have tabled the ADP, the next document that is going to be discussed is going to be the CBROP for 2022-2023. And when they discuss that, the CBROP, as I had mentioned, the CBROP gives financial outlook of the budget that will be in the financial year 2022-2023. And before they give the outlook, they have to review the CBROP. They have to review now the performance of the previous year. How did it perform? Because when they give outlook, it means that maybe they had given the health budget in this financial year, they had given it 6 billion. So when they are giving outlook for the next financial year, 2022-2023, they look at this financial year. They say, did the health department utilize the 6 billion? Or they didn't utilize the 6 billion? So if they didn't utilize the 6 billion and they utilized only 4 billion, now they are going to say, these people, we gave them a lot of money. So in the outlook for the financial year, the CBROP for the financial year 2022-2023, you will find in that CBROP that they have said that they will even give the health department 3 billion. Because they are seeing that they are being given a lot of money, 6 billion, but that yet they are not using. The absorption rate is below par. So they say that we are going to reduce the amount. That is why the CBROP is very essential, because they give projections after analyzing, after looking at the previous financial year to see how each department utilized its money. And if it didn't utilize it, if it utilized its money well, they may say, like in the projections for the next financial year, they may give more money. Okay, and that is why you find that the discussions for the next financial year happens in a particular document called the CFSP, which is the County Fiscal Strategy Paper. That is why you find that even when the CFSP is being discussed, you find that, like budget champions, like let's say from a particular sector, let's say health, look at, so how much was allocated in the county budget review and outlook paper? They say, they had allocated 5 billion. And then now when they look at the CFSP, they see it has been reduced to 3 billion and 2 billion. So the budget champions for health, now they will say, we want you to increase the budget allocation just as you had put in the CBROP, so that it can be that 5 billion instead of the current 6 billion, 3 billion. Because like in the CFSP, the County Fiscal Strategy Paper, that one now gives the final budget ceilings of a financial year. So if a budget champion doesn't take part actively during the CFSP, you will find that the budget that has been given by the county goes. And that is why it is essential for us as budget champions to participate during even the CFSP, so that we can advocate for our cause. Yeah. So Stephen has answered in the chat, and he has said it is well answered, Violet. Thank you. So as you can see here, why is the county budget review and outlook paper important? It is important because it functions as year-end report, providing an assessment of budget performance from the previous financial year. It is also important because as they are produced almost 3 months after the end of the financial year, the government should have a good sense of the successes and challenges in implementing the previous year's budget. They also provide an update on the government fiscal position for the first quarter of the current financial year. Okay? And the CBROP also indicates whether the government's projections have turned out to be correct or not. That is why you saw in the previous, in the budget document that I had shared with you, the CBROP, you found that the county government of Machakos stated that in this particular CBROP, they had performed better than the previous year. So the previous year they had performed at 9 billion, and now this financial year they had performed at 11 billion. And it is because they had reviewed the performance. So CBROP indicates whether the government projections have turned out to be correct or not. Finally, they play a key role in setting the share of the budget that will be distributed to different sectors. Okay? Health versus education versus other areas for the next financial year. Because like one thing that you should know is that government resources are scarce. And that is why you find that each department fights for a share of the total county government budget. So you may find a county is being given 10 billion, and all the sectors in that particular county will be fighting for to get a bigger share of that, of it. So you will find it outlined there. So they're also saying they propose provisional ceilings, that is maximum shares for each sector, and the government organizes sector hearings between November and January to revise this proposal. So you find that the sector hearings, like even at the county, you find that the county government of Machakos, they organize health sector hearings, they organize infrastructure hearings, so that they can see whether even members of the public, even the citizens, agree with what has been said. So one thing that you should know that are key components of CBROP is that there are three key components of CBROP. It analyzes performance of the previous financial year, it gives an update of the current year, and it gives provisional sector ceilings and priority for next year. So here we are looking at Machakos County Budget Review and Outlook paper for 2019. So there you can see it. So now we are going to look at the performance of the previous year, okay? 2018, 2019. So, as I have stated, the CBROP gives three components: previous, current, and outlook. So as you can see here, let me zoom out a little bit. Now it gives the performance previously, like for the previous financial year, because the one that we have here is 2019, 2020. So you can see this is 2018, 2019. So they are saying like fiscal turnout for the financial year 2018, 2019. So total revenue, approved budget. Total revenue was 12 million. That was the approved budget. The first budget was 14 million, but the actual one that was released was 13.7 billion. So you can find like the equitable share, because I told you that there are three ways that a government can generate its revenue. Number one, equitable share from the national government, and also conditional grants from the national government. So with the equitable share, this equitable share is usually discussed at the Senate, and that is where you also find the County Allocation Revenue Act, and also the Division of Revenue Act. So you find that like Machakos equitable share, it was given 8.3 billion. So that was through that was flat figure 8.321. And then national government transfer, which now we are talking about like conditional grants. You find this one usually goes to, like, you may find it from World Bank. Sometimes it can go towards upgrading health systems. You can find like it was approved 2.1 billion, revised budget 3 billion, but what was actually given was 2 billion. And then local revenue 1.7 billion, and then the actual revenue that they got was 1.5 billion. So they give, and then now there was unspent balances which was carried forward. And then the total expenditure, you find that they used 11 billion, and recurrent towards paying salaries towards the county assembly, county executive. That was the amount. They used 8.690 billion, and development expenditure for the county executive, it was at 3 billion. So you can see here, even they have stated that the county government received 13.3 billion against the expected 14.97 billion by the end of the financial year 2018-2019. This represented 92% receipt of funds, both from national government and on-source revenue. So equitable share accounted for a larger portion of receipts at 62%, with proceeds from domestic or foreign grants accounting for 15%. Okay, so, and here there is a figure showcasing it. So you can see, like, have given us like the monthly county on-source revenue projections, and you can see here, in blue is 2017-2018, in red or maroon is 2018-2019. So as you can see, like when the financial year started, it ranged around that amount, like now the on-source revenue performance, and then it peaked in April, okay? And then it went down in May and June, respectively. So they are saying on a month-to-month basis, the local revenue performed better in financial year 2018-2019 between July and October compared to financial year 2017-2018. Because the one for financial year 2017-2018 is the one in blue. However, between April and June of financial year 2018-2019, local revenue shot up, as you can see, with the best month in April 2019 rising to 454 million. And then you can also see here comparative quarterly revenue performance. So you can see like they collected more revenue in Q4, which is now like now this period, April, May, June. So you can see that it peaked for the financial year 2018-2019 as compared to the previous financial year. So that is why you find the CBROP, it analyzes the performance, the previous performance. So even as they're saying here, Figure 4 above indicates a tremendous improvement in the fourth quarter of financial year 2018-2019 compared to the same period in the financial year 2017-2018. Revenue collections in that period rose from 449 million in financial year 2017-2018 to 1 billion in the year under review. All right. So, so you can also see here, like, before now I come to the next question. So you can see like they're also giving like even like on-source revenues, like the ones which were they actually collected, okay? Like they had estimates for land rates and debt clearance to 18 million, but the actual one they collected was 279 million. And then the printed estimates 342 million. So you can, so these are like the revenue streams, like on-source revenues in the form of taxes that the county, that the county has, where it generates even revenue. Like you can see here, Bus Park, how much they expected to collect, how much they actually collected, 102 million. And the printed estimates, 144 million. So till there, is there any question? Any question? So if there is no question, you can also see here that they are also giving receipts. So like equitable share, the one in blue, transfer from other county government entities, the one 15%. Now this is like conditional grants. And then there is own source revenue, which is 12%. So you find that a county, when it comes to revenue, like Machakos, you can see that they only collected 12%. That means that, you expect that a county will not depend purely on the national government. But as you can see here, like a county depends so much on the equitable share and also the conditional grant so that it can perform. Because its own source revenues that it collects, it's not able to finance the budget of the that financial year. So you can see here even revenue performance. We have also been given like the actual for financial year 2017-2018, and then the targeted for financial year 2018-2019. Okay, and you can see that they have given us here for the different like level 5, like you see like level 5 hospital, like the actual that they had is 383 million. The targeted revenue 383 million, and the actual for 2018-2019, that is what they got. The NIDA grant, like these are conditional grants. You can see, like we have been given equitable share. Equitable share is now, previous year they had gotten 2017-2018, they had gotten 7.3 billion. But for financial year 2018-2019, it was increased to 8.321 billion. Okay. And then you can see like now here, these are conditional grants that you can find like the NIDA grant. They were given Machakos County in the financial year 2017-2018, it was given 30 million. But in financial year 2018, it was reduced to 24 million, okay? You can also see like for transforming health systems for universal care project, which is from the World Bank. In financial year 2017-2018, the Machakos County was given 29 million, but in the financial year 2018-2019, it rose to 95 million, okay? But now this was the targeted revenue, but the actual revenue that they got, you can see here it is 39 million. And so you can see like this last column, it talks about the absorption rate. How much target did they manage to get? So you can see like for this transforming health, they only managed 41%. Okay. And then the devolution, level 1, 49 million in the previous year, 2017-2018. And then in the 2018-2019, 53 million. But the actual, we were not given. So that is why here it is 0. Okay. So these are some of the things that you look at when you hear that the CBROP, it looks at the previous financial year. So you can even see here, like even with regard to expenditure performance by economic classification for the period year ending 30th of June. So you can see like even with regard to economic classification, they have given like even the compensation of the employees, use of goods and services, grants and transfers, social security, acquisition of assets, other payments. So like the revised estimates for financial year for compensation of employees was for 5.3 million, but the actual that they actually used was 5 million. So the percentage total expenditure, like the absorption rate that they used is 98.76%. So you can see like the government doesn't joke around when it pays salaries. Eh? And then when it comes to use of goods and services, revised estimate is 2.3 million. And then, but the actual one is 1.3 million. So you can see percentage total of expenditure is 58.56. And then grants and transfer, like revised estimates for the previous financial year, 3.9 million. But you can see here, like now the actual that they got is 3.4 million. So that gives 85%. So, and you can see here that they are also giving counties entities expenditure analysis, like how they are using funds. So you can see here, they're also saying categorization of spending by county entities is shown in table 5. 5 county entities recorded more than 50% budget execution rate, okay? So 50% budget execution rate. That means that even when it comes to development expenditure, like development, I had said that development refers to money that is being used even for the upgrading of hospital, construction of roads. So you find that, and even recurrent expenditure. So you hear that they have said that in the previous performance, like they said that 5 county entities recorded more than 50% budget execution rate. So then that means that they utilized their monies well. But if they only use 50%, then that means that there's a remaining balance that wasn't particularly used, and which is not good. You see, like the Office of the Governor, you can see expenditure performance for the period ending 30th June 2019 per county. So you can see like the Office of the Governor, 612 million, but the actual expenditure that they used was only 400 million. You can see that the public service ICT combined 446 million. But you can see that here that they're saying that they even used more, which is now like even 5 billion. Okay. So you're wondering, where did they get the extra money? That means that they used more than what they were allocated. Can you see? Like they were expected to spend this amount, 599 million, but they overused it to 5.6 billion. Can you see what I'm seeing? Or what are you interpreting with this figure? Stephen?
Yes, I can.
You can see, like, yes. That means that this particular department, they overused the amount of money that they were given. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then now let us look at like county administration and decentralized units, because this is where you find that the Directorate of Public Participation. You can find that the printed estimates were 405 million. So revised estimates was 492 million. But the actual expenditure that they use for this entity is only 113 million. Okay? And then now you can see like tourism, sports, and cooperative. They were given the printed estimates 96 million, revised estimates 236 million, but the actual amount that they only used is 84 million. That is why you are hearing that them say, pardon?
Why did they revise yet the figure, the original figure was more than enough, what they used?
Now that, now they revised because maybe they saw that maybe the budget that we had given is not the actual. You see, like this one for Office of the Governor, they had said 612, but when they revised, they said, no, let us leave it at that. So they usually look at different factors when it comes now to budget allocation.
Okay.
Yeah, but you find, but sometimes like whatever they are looking at is not what is actually happening on the ground. So after that, you can see that now the CBRO, it also looks at, we have looked at the previous financial year. So now you find that the CBRO also looks at the performance of the current year. So the county performed, so they are giving an assessment. They are saying the county performed fairly well in the period under review compared to financial year 2017-2018, with notable improvement in on-source revenue moving from 1 billion to 1.5 billion. So you can see like the CBRO, they can say like the previous year, 2017-2018, they only met 1 billion, but what they have actually managed to get is they have increased the budget allocation to 1.5 billion. And then they are saying that with the various revenue measures put in place, the county is optimistic of sustaining the momentum and achieving its own source revenue collection potential. Okay, so like, is there any question there? Any question?
Yeah, I'm okay.
So you can see here, like for the approved budget for financial year 2019-2020, they are saying that in the financial year 2019-2020, the county assembly has approved a budget amounting to 12 billion, out of which 7.85 billion and 4.997 billion are recurrent and expenditure respectively. Okay. And then they are also saying that revenues for financial year 2019-2020, the financial year 2019-2020 budget targets a total of 12.82 billion, of which 2.21 billion will be from on-source revenue collection and 10.61 billion from national government. The performance of the local revenue will be determined by the measures that have been put in place to enhance revenue collection and the Finance Act 2019 when enacted. So you can see, like this CBROP, it has given, we have gone through the previous financial year. So like the previous financial year, 2017-2018, and then now they said, let us look at the current financial year, 2018-2019. And now the next one that they are looking at is future projections. So before we go to future projections, is there any question or comment? So, as I had stated, when you look at the county budget review and outlook paper for 2019, you can see that they had given, in the annex section, projections. For example, you can see here, like they have even given county total revenue projections in the medium term. So in the medium term, you can see like the actual is like this 2018-2019, and then now for the next 3 financial years. So you can see 2019-2020, 2020-2021, 2021-2022. So they are saying like, okay, so in the future, this is what we project to get. So you can see like Machakos County, it has grouped it into 3. So you can see like when it comes to revenue projections, they have the equitable share, which comes from the national government. And then they have also put conditional grants, which also comes from the national government. And then they have also given on-source revenue. Okay. So if you look at the conditional grants, then that means like the grants have gone to the level 5 hospital, compensation for user fees forgone, leasing of medical equipment. So the conditional grants have gone towards that. The conditional grants have also gone towards rehabilitation of youth polytechnics. It has also gone towards the road maintenance levy fund. The conditional grants have also gone towards the Kenya Climate Smart Agriculture Project. The conditional grants have also gone towards the Kenya Devolution Support Project, level 1. The conditional grants have also gone towards the Kenya Urban Support Project, and it has also gone towards the Kenya Urban Support Project and the Universal Healthcare in Devolved System Program, now UHC. And the conditional grants have gone towards transforming health systems for universal care project, and it has also gone towards agriculture sector development support program and also universal health care. So you can find like these are on-source revenues. These are revenues that the county government gets from the conditional grants. So it has already gotten money from equitable share from the national government and conditional grants. And you can see here and they have given projections, outlook. This is what I was saying, outlook. They give outlook for the next financial year. So, and you can see like now the on-source revenue, they have also given, like for the current is 1.5 million, and they are projecting like that, like for 2019-2020, they're expecting to get 2.2 million, and then the other one 1.6 million, and then 2020 1.7 billion. So you can see like for this current one, they are expecting 13.3 billion. The next financial year, 12 billion, 12.8 billion, and then the other financial year, 14 billion. So this is what now we talk about projections. Projections. So you can also see even when it also comes to on-source revenue projections, the county has also given projections. Like when even it comes to sand gravel, okay, let's go with the bus park, Machakos bus park. So in the financial year 2017-2018, they collected like this amount of money from the bus park. So we can say like 43 million. And then for the financial year 2018-2019, they are expecting to collect 102 million from Machakos bus park. And then now they have said that in the financial year 2019-2022, 2019-2020, they expect to collect 144 million, and then 2020-2021, 112 million, and then 2021-2022, 117 million. So you can see like the CBROP is giving projection, outlook. How much are we expecting to collect as on-source revenues, okay? On-source revenues, and this comes from taxes. So all of these are from taxes. And then you can also see here, like expenditure by economic classification. So they are saying like, as you can remember, I had told you, I had shared about economic classification. So so expenditure by economic classification in the medium term. So it gives outlook for the next 3 years. So you can see like the office of the governor, when it comes to, and this is recurrent expenditure. So recurrent, I said, it is money that is being used every now and then. It's just like food. You need to buy food all the time. You need to pay water. You need to pay electricity. So when it comes to the county, it needs to pay employees. There are goods and services that are needed, maybe printing papers. And these are the examples. And then there are also other current transfers. So you can see, like it has said that the office of the governor, it expects like recurrent expenditure to be at 605 million, approved expenditure 605 million, printed 552 million for 2019-2020, and then 2020-2021, this is the amount that they are expecting. Okay, and they have given even the departments. So you can see office of the governor, public service, trade, industrialization, finance and economic, county administration units, agriculture. And you can also see here, like it also gives program-based expenditure in the medium term. Now the CBROP, it breaks it down further. As you know, like I had said that program-based budget, it gives line items so that at least you can know in detail where is each money going. So you can see here, like let me look at a sector that at a department that like you can see here, like for the trade, industrialization and innovation, like headquarters, administration services. So we get to know what amount of money is going towards that. Trade development, what is going toward that. Industrialization, investment, promotion, and also legal services, how much is being allocated. And they are looking at, you can see that they are looking at like 2019, 2020, 2020, 2021, 2021, 2022. So you can see here they're saying projections. So these are calculations that they usually make at the county. And then now these are county sector ceilings, provisional ceilings. how much they expect to give like a particular department. So you can see for lands, they had said that they are projecting for financial year 2020, they will give 142 million, okay? And then you can see that, like you see like a department, it has different sub-departments. So, and it is giving the recurrent and development. Development, as I had mentioned, is for long term. And then recurrent is like paying of salaries, paying of wages, like the things that are needed to ensure that the office is running smoothly. And then the CBROP, you also find it also gives like now key activities that were implemented in the financial year 2018-2019. So when it comes to health, they said that health and emergency services, the key activities that took place then was construction of 37 community hospitals, completion of 20 existing dispensaries. So maybe they had been started, but maybe upgrading had not ended. So they are saying completion of 20 existing dispensary and renovation of 31 operational health centers. So they have also given like each department what needs the key activities that took place in that that took place in the previous financial year. And you find also the CBROP has the budget calendar. So you can see it gives the budget calendar of when public participation is going to take place, okay? When did we say that the budget calendar is usually released?
September.
Pardon?
What did you ask, Paula?
I'm saying like the budget calendar, we had said that the budget calendar is released by when?
30th September.
30th?
September.
Not 30th September. No, the CBROP is the one that is 30th September, which you can see here. Submission of CBROP to the county executive. Anyone else? So you can see from the budget calendar, like the first item here, it has been mentioned. It is 30th August. 30th August. So it is the first item that you usually find in the budget calendar. So like the calendar. So like you see, when you look at this budget calendar, you will get to know which are the dates of public participation. Okay, so you can see here, like even with regard now to the public participation on the annual development plan, you can see here they are saying submission of annual development plan by 1st September, and then they publish and publicize the annual development plan by 8th September so that they can receive feedback from members of the from the members of the public. So once the members of the public have given their views, and then it is published and it is supposed to be uploaded in the website. So you can see the budget calendar outlines everything that is supposed. So sometimes if you get to forget like what is happening at this particular period of time, so all you need to do is go to the last page of that budget document, like even the CBROP, and you will see the budget calendar. So it will tell you, oh, at this particular time, this is the time that this and this needs to be, this and this needs to be done, okay? So you can see like here, they are saying like the CFSP, it was done by 28th of February. And you can see that like what is now going to take place now, you can see like submission of quarterly reports by 15th of April, and then now submission of county budget estimates and other supporting documents to county executive committee. Now this is the program-based budget. And then by April 30th, submission of county budget estimates and other supporting documents to county assembly, so that deliberations on it can continue. So I have a question for you. We have gone through this CBROP. I have a question. Question A, does the Machakos CBROP give information on the previous year performance?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Aha.
Yes, it does.
Oh, yes, it does. All right. Then the second question. Does the CBROP give any updates on the fiscal position and economic expectations of the current financial year 2020-2021?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I've
support.
seen
Good,
2020
because
and 2021.
yes, because like we went through like what what are the details that they have for the current financial year. And then the last question is, does the CBROP give information on sector ceilings and provisional priorities?
Yes, it does.